What is up, everyone? Thank you for clicking on the Steelos Film Club on my YouTube channel. Today, we got some juicy movie news. We have some rumors going around about the Batman Part 2, also casting for Booster Gold, and I'm also going to be kind of giving you a brief synopsis and a little bit of a breakdown of Alien Earth episode 1 to 3. There will be some spoilers. I repeat, there will be some spoilers on the show. But before we get started, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys turn on the notifications so you guys don't miss a beat on any of the movie news. All right, guys, with the very first topic, let's talk about the Booster Gold casting rumor that's been going around. Same guy, Kamal Namjiani. I might be saying it incorrect, but I've actually been looking at videos of him saying his name and just trying to mimic how to say his name. Kamal Namjiani is set to be our new Booster Gold. How do I feel about the casting? Doesn't look like him, but he does have a very good comedic timing. He is in a lot of comedic films. He's a funny, a funny comedian, a comedic actor. I think he's pretty good for this role. But it's hard to tell if this is what they're really going for. He's a really good friend of James Gunn. He's been seen hanging out with James Gunn and Peter Safran in different events. He actually showed up to the Peacemaker season 2 red carpet, and that's when things just started, spiral out of control. When I'm saying out of control, people are starting to speculate he is Booster Gold. It's not 100% confirmed, but some guy on Twitter on X went on there is pretty much confirming. I'm not sure the guy's credibility, but he pretty much said it is happening. But in the past, James Gunn has said we do not cast any actors unless there's a script, which of course they do not have a script yet. They do have a showrunner and stuff like that, but they do not have a script for the film. I don't believe James Gunn though. He does backtrack a lot of stuff. He has said that in the past before that they do not, hire any actors or any actors until there's a script. But do you guys remember that video of Jason Momoa coming out of the DC? Sorry, it was before it was the DC Studios. It was the Warner Brothers lot saying thank you, James Gunn, my dream role. He never said Lobo, but we all speculated Lobo before the Supergirl script was turned in, and look at him. He ended up being casted as Lobo for the Supergirl script. So he contradicts himself a lot. I kind of just wish he just kind of kept his mouth shut and let things happen when they were, when they do come about. Or people just ask him, he should just say no comment at all. But this is coming to you guys from Comic Book News. Camille Nanjiani said to be in lock for James Gunn's Booster Gold. Pretty much saying the Booster Gold rumors are heating back up. The following announcement that our flag means Zeph creator David Jenkins is writing the pilot for the long-awaited Booster Gold series at HBO Max. Speculations have reignited that Camille Nanjiani may be playing the lead role despite past denials. Oh, it's happening. Viral post fuels casting talk. Over on Next User, Apocalyptic Horseman has stirred up the pot with a cryptic post in response to the image of Peacemaker Season 2 premiering showing James Gunn embracing Camille Nanjiani. The users simply retweeted, oh, it's happening. When another user tweeted that Deadline said Nanjiani isn't playing Booster Gold, Apocalyptic Horseman replied, Deadline never said that. All they said is that it was not unconfirmed rumor. While no official announcement has been made, the image of Gunn's Camille Nanjiani has been viewed 1.7 million times on X, further fueling the speculation the actor joining the DCU. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I think he might be the guy. I'm not 100% sure. It is, James Gunn. They say that Cholo Maluena, I cannot say his last name either. Is still playing Blue Beetle. Is the kid from Cobra Kai that played Blue Beetle in the Blue Beetle film that came out 2 years ago, year and a half ago. So I think it's happening. Not 100% can confirm it or deny until James Gunn says yes or no. He'll probably give you an answer, answer dancing around the answer. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, how do you guys feel about this casting? I know he doesn't look the part, but the guy is funny. I wish they casted someone maybe like Glenn Powell. I would not like Chris Pratt, but like a similar type of comedic actor like him, like Chris Pratt, maybe Zac Efron. That'd be a pretty good a pretty good casting. What do you guys think about this casting, guys? Do you guys think he fits Booster Gold? Do you guys think this is all smoke, or do you guys think this is actually happening? And then our next topic, let's talk about the Batman 2, which is in pre-production. We are starting to hear different rumors. Not really good rumors on villains, maybe more speculations because how this last story left off, and then the Penguin 2. But pretty much there's rumors going around. I think this came out yesterday that Zoe Kravitz is not returning to the Batman Part Two. It's not confirmed by any big trades, but the rumor is going around, pretty much saying that the Batman may not bring Zoe Kravitz back as Catwoman. This is also according to Yahoo Entertainment, but I've been seeing it everywhere. I would not be surprised by this, to be honest. But let me read what Yahoo Entertainment has to say. Rumors are swirling about Zoe Kravitz's involvement as Catwoman in the Batman Part 2. Recent reports suggest Kravitz may not reprise her role as Catwoman, sparking speculations about the sequel's direction. However, there is still uncertainty with some hinting that claims could simply be a way to avoid questions. Rumors suggest Zoe Kravitz won't be in the Batman Part 2. The Hot Mic show, Jeff Snyder stated the representatives for Zoe Kravitz instructed the press don't ask so any questions about the Batman Part 2. She's not into it and doesn't know anything. He stressed that this came from interviews at another film junket that the event the press were told directly don't ask her any questions about it. That is not she is not into it and she doesn't know anything about it. That doesn't necessarily mean if it's because of that doesn't necessarily mean she's not in the film. I'll be 100% honest with you guys though. It is 50-50. The way they left it off with with the Penguin Part 2, if you guys remember, Christine Miliotti's character, Zoe Falcone, is half sister of Catwoman. Catwoman's dad is Carmine Falcone, and he pretty much wrote her a letter at the end of the film when she is at Arkham, and pretty much it says from Selena Kyle. She starts reading it, and all you hear is the Catwoman music playing, which I thought was very well done. It is setting it up for that. That doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna pop up in Batman Part Two. I think that there is a way she'll pop up maybe towards the end of the Batman 2. Maybe she pops up at the end, and maybe the only reason they're telling her not to ask any questions, so she doesn't say yes or no, and it can be more of a surprise for her popping up and doesn't have a main role. Because if you guys remember in the first Batman, she leaves Gotham and goes to Bellhaven, and she even asks Batman to come with, and then Batman looks up the bat signal and pretty much, of course, chooses to stay in Gotham. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think that is just because they don't want her talking about it. That doesn't necessarily mean that she won't be in it. I think she'll pop up just towards the end, maybe freeze her sister Sophia because they did her wrong, man. Maybe they find a way to get the Penguin in the second one, and Zoe Kravitz character, ends up reuniting with her sister and have a bigger role in the Batman Part 3. That'd be actually pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Catwoman is going to pop up in the second film? If she doesn't, I don't think she's never going to pop up because she's still tied into the story, even in with Sophia Falcone. Maybe not in the second Batman because there's a reason why they have her leave. They're not just going to have her leave and just kind of pop up for no reason. They're going to do it and make it very poetic. Her freeing her sister at the end, and I think that's what they end up doing. So let me know what you guys think. You guys think that she's gonna appear in the Batman Part 2, or she is not gonna show up at all, or if she does, at what capacity in the film is she gonna show up? All right, guys. Now let's talk about Alien Earth. Alien Earth is a show that is on FX. Of course, it's tied to the rest of the Alien franchise. I think this show takes place between Alien Covenant and Alien, the original Alien. It does take place between those two. I do really like the show. I think the show is very well put together, guys. The show is beautifully shot. It does have a good world building, very good pacing as well, and it gives you right in the actions. Don't expect to be a slow burner show about aliens coming into Earth and knowing about life and stuff like that, or and kind of being a slow burner. It's not like that. It does have a lot of backstory, and a lot of things that different corporations want to do, and the race to immortality, pretty much it seems like it with this show. But it is a very good show. It is very well directed, very well acted. There's very good music in it too as well. The score's pretty good too as well, and it has a very good horror aspect to it. But it is very gruesome, guys. Very very gruesome. There's a couple of times I had to like squint my eyes and stuff like that. But very very good show. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of breakdown of each episode. Okay, guys. So there's gonna be some spoilers. I'm going to talk about episode 1. It's called Neverland, and Earth 2010 is ruled by mega corporations Prodigy Corp, led by the enigmatic Boy Cavalier, pioneers synthetic consciousness transfers, transforming terminally ill children into hybrids. Mercy becomes Wendy, the first of her kind. Meanwhile, the Wayland Yutani ship Magnet crashes, unleashing deadly xenophores. Wendy and the other hybrids are deployed in high stakes to rescue mission. Part test, part way play, while her brother Hermit in Medic gets drawn into the chaos. Pretty much, you start to think that she's been following this kid like through cameras and stuff like this because Wendy is one of her kind, and she starts to see this boy. I first thought it was a love interest, but it actually ended up being her birth brother before she was turned into a hybrid. You know, she had a life and stuff like that. She does remember her brother. Episode 2, the Mr. October deepens into corporate intrigue and horror. Hermit faces a xenophobic attack and saved by Wendy, who heroically decapitates a creature, but they both fall critically injured. Behind the scenes, cyborg agent Meryl manipulates one of the hybrids, setting the betrayal prodigy begins dissecting alien specimens, and Wendy elevates statues as boy's favorite, stirs tensions among the group. Pretty much, there is a cyborg that was on the ship that has all the xenophobes and stuff like that that crashes into Earth. We know that the cyborg is pretty much there to pretty much get all this information from Earth, but is there to watch these aliens. But seems like he has a bigger connection to these aliens and creatures, and I don't know why they don't show this yet. In episode 3, let's talk about episode 3, Metamorphosis. The repercussions of the missions become clear when he rushes in to save Hermit again, killing the xenophobe, but both are gravely wounded and enter comas. Kirsch, under Boyd's orders, begins recurring alien specimens for studies, while Merrill secretly uploads ship data and implants a device and slightly hinting at espionage. Meanwhile, tensions rise amongst the hybrids. Curly challenges Wendy favors statues, and Erie's experiments begin. Alien worms introduced to Hermit's tissue, and Wendy appears drawn towards the creature's labs, hinting at a deeper, unsettling connection. I think there's a connection between the aliens and some of these hybrids. Not sure to what capacity, if they've been somewhat hybrid and before. I think that's what they do very good, where you kind of have no idea what the motives of these. Why do they really want these alien creatures? Because there's a reason why. The boy Cavalier really wants the creatures. They don't really know why. And then also, the guy that what's his name again? They just said his name. The guy that's in charge of the ship, the cyborg, he's a really good actor. I really do like his character too as well. He really wants these creatures back. The person that hired him. He pretty much told him, "Oh, you don't need the creatures. Just let them free." He goes, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, I'm bringing these creatures back with us." Yeah, it's a really good show, guys. I definitely give you guys. I'll definitely give you guys a shout out to watch the show because the show is pretty good. It keeps you on the edge of your toes. There's a lot of heart in it too as well. You do kind of feel bad a little bit for the hybrids because they are kids and almost feel like they're being used. But yeah, if you're a big sci-fi alien kind of type of guy or type of person, I think this is the show for you. Very gruesome. It does give you the old feels of the old aliens, that shot when he comes out and he shows his teeth. They do that pretty good. I like the show overall. It's beautifully shot. Not just that, the sound, music, the mixing, the editing, the pacing is pretty good. And then also, what they do pretty good is set up the world that they're in Earth. And it's Earth 2020, 2120. And it's very good how they set it up. So that's it. That is it for my movie news and the Alien Nerf recap. Let me know what you guys think about the stuff that we talked about. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time. Your boy Silos is out. Peace.